make it like 10 minutes because then no one will talk to me. Okay. Anyway, I'm gonna do my eyebrows first, and this is usually where things go bad, even though it's literally the first step. Because my eyebrows are like really hard to do because I shave the tail of them off. So if you see me rubbing my eyebrow in a second, hello. If you see me rubbing my eyebrow in a second, to erase whatever nonsense I do. Hello, hello. I've already banned 2 people. Don't be next. All right. All right. So the key to do my eyebrows is making them look like as even as possible, which is like really difficult because I have no tail. So anyway, I'm using Anastasia Dip Brow. It's like a pomade, and I'm just taking like a really flat brush, which you can kind of see against my face here. It's just like a flat, like angled brush, or not angled, flat top brush, just to kind of get like a straight line out. And then I gotta try and make them look even on both sides, so that's fun. So yeah, it could be a disaster. I usually get one looking really good, and then the second one I have to wipe off like 3 times until I get it right. So yeah, prepare to watch me do that, I guess. When I do my eyebrows, I always kind of start at the like tail of my brow and do that first. And I try and do like small little strokes, that way it's not like super intense. I shave the ends because if I was to like, I mean, it'll make more sense when I have more makeup on, but if I was to not shave the tail of my brow off, my natural brow is like right here, and that's like where I put all my eyeshadow at, and then I'd have like no space to like put my eyeshadow. So I just shave them off and draw them on, so that way I could draw them higher and I have more room to do some eyeshadow. But that's about it. And I could do like kind of whatever. I could do like a really like angled brow, or I could do like a more normal brow, or whatever I feel like doing. Like I have a lot more space to do kind of whatever. Okay, this brow's like really thin, but that's fine. The other one will probably come out thick, and then I'll have to fucking take it off a million times. Move my hair out of the way. Yeah, well, when I do drag, I'll cover my eyebrows so that I can draw them higher. Because when I do drag, my eyes are like really big, like my eyeshadow is. But I'm not doing drag at the moment. I'm just gonna do some normal makeup. I mean, it'll still be like my normal makeup is like basically drag, but without like covering my brows. And like the 2 hours of craziness that doing drag makeup is. I make a lot of angry faces in the mirror while I do this, so I'm making weird faces. That's why I'm just gonna make sure that they look like good in all the expressions that my face makes. So when I'm talking to people throughout the day and I'm moving my eyebrows around, they don't look stupid. I want them to look like normal. I actually got them pretty even, which is kind of surprising because normally they aren't. Cool. So my brows are done. Here they are. As even as can be, I guess. My camera's like kind of above my mirror, so like they're gonna look really like angled like crazy this whole time because I'm kind of looking straight ahead at my mirror, but then my camera's up there. But that's just the life we're living in. Yeah. Oh, I saw your text message. Anyway, cool. So now that I have my brows done, I'm actually going to do my eyes first, which I used to not do. So I'm going to take MAC paint pot and Painterly, and if you notice, I carve like around the outside whenever I do like a cream or like a moisturizer. I always like dig around the outside instead of the center. I don't really know why, but that's what I do. So anyway, I'm just gonna take some of that on my nail and get that on my eye. Put that all over my lid. I kind of focus most of it like kind of in this outer part of my eye, because I do a lot of makeup that goes out. So now my eye is primed. I'm gonna actually put a little bit of the foundation that I'm gonna use on. That way, when I go to do my foundation, it'll kind of be blended all together or whatever. So I'm gonna do. I have too many foundation options. I'm gonna do the Urban Decay foundation. This one, the Stay Naked foundation. Oh god, the color saturation when I hold this up is terrible. Stay Naked foundation from Urban Decay. This one's 30 neutral or 30 NN. So let's give that a little bit of a shake, because this one I probably have had for longer than you're supposed to. I'm just gonna do a little dot back here and over here and blend that up. I forgot to wet my beauty blender before this, so let me spray. Spray it so it's damp. Oh, that's better. Okay. It's like a really sheer kind of layer of foundation in there. Okay, so that's that. Oh, I'll keep that up because I'm going to need it later. Okay, so now I'm going to start some eyeshadow. So I was thinking about doing like a purple kind of thing. So, but there's no one in my chat to tell me what colors to do. I don't think so. We're just going to do purple. I'm going to use this palette, Anastasia Norvina, the first one. It looks like this. Yay. I'm going to take a lot of the purples out of here and whatnot. I'll show the brushes that I'm using as I go along, and hopefully they will be visible in the camera. So I'm actually gonna start with the white shade in here, which is like this one, and I'm just taking it on like a really nice little fluffy brush. You can't really see it, but anyway, nice and fluffy. Fluffy brushes will blend a little bit more than like tighter brushes or whatever. Anyway, and I'm just gonna take that and put it like underneath my brow bone. to like give me a little bit of like a brow highlight, and it'll make it easier for the shadows I put on top of it to blend into that. Cool. It's nice and like scary looking drag queen thing going on with my eyebrows, but that's okay. Now, this is always my little secret. So whenever you get well, I tell people, so it's not that big of a secret. Whenever you get an eyeshadow palette and it comes with that little plastic sleeve, like one of these little flimsy things. Sorry, it's dirty. It's because I use it. So I use it to like cut a line up. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna grab my brushes ahead of time. Some people use tape for this, but I don't feel like buying the kind of tape that you need to do it with. So I'm gonna use a couple of these brushes. So I'm going to take these 3 brushes. I'm going to start with the biggest brush, and then work my way to the smallest brush. So I'm going to go in this one, and this one, and this one. And I'm going to start with the lightest color with the bigger brush, and then I'm going to go darker as I go smaller to kind of build some dimension. And I'm actually going to take the clear part, I'm going to hold it up to my eye, and then I'm going to carve a line that way so I can get a really crisp line with that. So yeah, here we go. And hopefully this is clean enough to not like get my face all dirty. Cool. Next, and with a little bit darker of a shade. I could show the shades after. I don't have enough hands to show them right now. This is probably like really thrilling to watch, but okay, I'm still doing the second shade with the second smallest brush. Now we're gonna go with the final brush, the really small one, and we're gonna do like a really dark color, mixing with probably some black. Just kind of get it right in the end here and blend it up kind of more towards the tail, because you want to have like a nice little gradient to it. And then pull that away, and that's how you get like a really sharp line. The fun part, it will be matching it to the other side, obviously. Cool. So let's do the other side. So same 3 brushes. Take the first kind of shade. Hold this up again. I will say it's hard to get like an even. I usually go to like this part of my hair where it comes a little bit more forward. That's kind of where I aim the wing at, and I try and do that on both sides because hopefully my person who cut my hair made them even enough for me to be able to do that. So just aim it up at that. And if you take tape too, it's also easy. It blends like really easily into that white, which is why it's so important to put that white there. Because if it was just skin tone, it would be like a harder blend to make. It's probably fine. We'll do the next one. Ooh, went a little heavy with that one. But that's okay, we're just gonna blend it out. This is like the same kind of thing I do when I do my drag makeup too, so if you ever need to get that crisp line, either tape or like one of these plastic cards, like the easiest way to do it. So there you go, now you have both wings on there. Hopefully it looks good in the camera. I know it's like I'm so far down. Cool, so that's kind of it for that plastic little thing. Let me show you what colors I use real quick. So I obviously started with, oh, you can see the camera. I started with the white that is up here, and then I took this shade up here, and then I took this one right here, and then for the last one I took that and I mixed it with the black, wherever it is, over here. Just mix those two together, get the really dark one. So that's how you get that. So it's nice like blended up into the white. You can go back in with like the big fluffy one, the first one that we used, and take a little bit more of the latest color that we did, just to kind of bring it up a little bit more. Because you don't want your eyebrows to look like a million miles away from the shadow. You want to, you know, I draw my eyebrows on high, so I have a lot of room. So you want to utilize your space. Obviously, if your eyebrows are a little bit lower, you'll have to work in a smaller confine. So just like getting a good gradient and having the room for it. But you'd still be doing the same like light to dark kind of thing. So that's that. Now I'm gonna take, I know my hair looks freaking crazy. I usually push it on my face, but I look really dumb when I put my hair on my face, so whatever. Let's see. I'm gonna take kind of the darker shade, this one. I'm gonna take that one and kind of bring this more in and around in like my crease and up into like this little socket corner up here, kind of like right below my brow. And I kind of blend it up into my brow a little bit too, so you get that kind of like circular shape. You don't really need to worry about like making it perfect, because you're gonna cut the crease. We're gonna cut the crease anyway. So just enough of that circle shape and kind of bring it up around here. So you get that kind of look. And then we'll do the same thing on the other side. You always kind of want to start it in the corner where it's dark, outer corner. Getting that purple in that corner, into my brow. Kind of makes me look angry, but it's cute. We like it. So just like blending this up. And then I'm gonna go back in with the first brush that I use, which is this one. And kind of just pop that like up in that brow area, so that this dark shade doesn't look like all alone by itself. It kind of has that, you know, a little bit of gradient too. The secret to blending is always to just, if you think you're done, blend a little more. And there's nothing wrong with building some dimension and whatnot in there. I have my ring light on too, which I normally don't do makeup with, so if this ends up looking a little crazy, it's because I haven't done makeup in a ring light in forever. But I'm used to being at work, and the lights there are really harsh too, so I kind of do like really intense makeup because I know the lights will probably wash it out in one way or another. Cool. So that is that part of it. Now we're gonna cut the crease. Close that palette for now. So now we're gonna cut the crease. I'm gonna take, let me see if I can find it. I'm gonna take this guy, which is the Anastasia eye primer, and I'm gonna take it on a brush, a little like flat concealer brush that looks like this. Just a little flat guy. This is a cosmetics one that I got a million years ago. So I'm gonna take a little bit of the primer and put it like on my hand, just like a little squeeze, just like that. And then I'm gonna dip the brush in there, and I'm gonna do a cut crease on both sides. So, you can go like kind of above, or not above. You want to go above your natural crease, but you want it to be in that darkness that you did that ring. But not necessarily below the ring. It could be above the ring. Anyway, I'll just do it. You can see what I'm doing. So I always dot it like there. Bring it in and around like that. It doesn't really matter if the end is messy because that's where it's going to fade away anyway. So, just going to look above where my natural crease is. It kind of looks weird. I don't know. It's hard to describe. But it ends up looking good at the end. It just makes your eyes look bigger. My eyes are so small because my natural crease is like way down here. But with this, it kind of opens my whole eye up. So yeah, that's eye number one. I do another little dab of the primer. Just like making sure that both of them are kind of even. Because like it's supposed to fake where your lid is, and it would look kind of strange if you had like two differently shaped lids. So that's kind of the cut crease. Once I have it like cut out, I go back in and kind of just make this look a little bit more blended out on the corner. I'm just taking like the lightest color that we first took and blending it out into that. And this is like the step where you could like really kind of fix anything that goes wrong on the ends of it. I'm gonna take a smaller brush and go with a darker shade to kind of darken that back up a little bit. Cool. I don't know, I feel like the camera washes out some of the blending up here, but I'll post a picture on my Instagram after probably, so you can get like the full idea of what it's supposed to look like in like real lighting and not like a ring light. Cool. So that's that. Awesome. Now, so now is the kind of the time if you were doing like a loose glitter, you'd probably want to do it now before you do your foundation, but I'm not going to use a loose glitter, so I'm just going to move on to my like base of my makeup and then go back and finish the eyes. So we're leaving the eyes. I do this in like a weird order. So the top part of my eyes are done except for whatever I want to put in that inner part. But I'm actually gonna go in and do my foundation and stuff now and then go back to finish my eyes off. So gonna move my crazy hair. Yeah. Okay. Let's just like never gonna look at it on camera, so sorry about it. We're gonna go back on with the Urban Decay foundation. It's really interesting seeing this in like ring lighting because it's normally pretty dark in here when I do my makeup, so the crazy hair. This foundation is probably like a little bit more on the neutral side for me, but I'm really pink, so it kind of neutralizes my pinkiness just a little bit. But I hate foundations that are too yellow. Gotta find like the perfect kind of balance to it. This is also where you can cheat a little bit because you can kind of just take the Beauty Blender and sharpen that line up if you accidentally blended too far outside the line. You can kind of give it a little cheat. Normally I don't put this much foundation on my face, but only because I'm usually wearing a mask. There's no point in me putting a bunch of foundation on if I'm going to be wearing a mask, but not wearing a mask, so I'll put a whole bunch on. Do my ears. Cool. That's that. Crazy hair. Cool. How are we doing with that? Okay. Wonderful. Oh, look how crazy I look. Probably should have zoomed in more. Sorry. Oh well. Okay. Oh, do I need that? No. Okay. Now I'm going to cream contour my face. So I'm taking the Anastasia cream contour, and clearly I'm using the shade in the middle. Very obvious. It's just a good, like, cool toned. You don't want to take a bronzer because bronzer will make you warm. You're trying to create a shadow. So I just actually I take it on the side of my beauty blender, and I always kind of start on my forehead. My sponge is like a little more dry because I forgot to wet it, so I'll have to work a little harder to blend this out nicely. Now some might look really orange in the video. Because I kind of adjusted the colors when I started streaming it. Ooh, yeah. Like, why am I yellow? I guess I could adjust that real quick too. While we're here. Hanging out. Filter. Wrong thing. Hold on. There we go. That's a little better. That's like more realistic to what my eye actually looks like and everything. Anyway, back to this. So when I cream contour my cheek, I kind of just like I do it like on the base of my cheekbone. So just like right here, and I start in the back, and then kind of bring it forward too, like that. Just like kind of hugging the cheekbone a little bit. The ring light is like crazy. I haven't done makeup in a ring light in so long. Oh, it still looks kind of orange, huh? That's annoying. Doesn't look like that in person. That's better, I guess. I don't know. Just kind of contouring my jawline and all that. My ear a little bit. Cool. So I'm like shaped up a little bit more. Now is when I'll do concealer, because I feel like once you contour, you can kind of tell where you need your concealer at. So I'm gonna take this Hourglass concealer, this liquid concealer. This one's really nice because you don't need a lot of it, but it gives you a ton of coverage. Oh, actually, before I do that, actually, we can move my hair back into place for now. Before I do that, I'm gonna take a little bit of the Becca Under Eye Corrector, which is this one. Oh, I didn't really show it. It's this one. I have a tiny one. I'm going to take it on kind of this little angled sort of like concealer brush, like really flat, small kind of brush. And I'm just going to do a little bit of color correcting, like right here on both sides. My nose is red. So even though I already put the foundation on, I'm still going to do color corrector on top, because I'm then going to go on top with concealer too, because I kind of like them to blend together a little bit. I'm actually going to take this with my finger and blend it out. Just like brighten me up right there a little bit. Now concealer. So I'm taking Hourglass concealer, this liquid concealer. This one's a really nice one. So just like a little dot here and a little dot here. And you always want to build it in like small layers or like sheer layers, especially with this concealer, because this concealer will like really give you good coverage. So I'm just going to blend it out and over. And this concealer is a little bit lighter too, so I'm actually highlighting with the concealer. I don't really contour my nose. I feel like I already have a pretty small nose when I am contouring it, and it ends up looking really crazy, so I usually save that for just when I do drag. Sometimes I'll give it some bronzer, but that's about it. I'll put some concealer down it though, because it's looking kind of red today. And then just some concealer on some blemishes that I have right now. Just gonna tone them down a little bit. Like, makeup's not gonna take away texture, so like I'll always have some like little bits of texture where my like little breakouts are, but like that's just kind of life. I don't know. There's nothing I can really do about it, you know? Cool. So now we're contoured and we're highlighted and concealed. I'm gonna take a little bit of Charlotte Tilbury Flawless Filter to do like a liquid highlight. So this stuff just looks like this. It's like really sheer. It's on like a little wand, and I kind of just do it up here, and then like a little bit on my forehead, like above my brow. Just like right here and here. So yeah, it really gives me like a little bit of glow back. You can kind of see like the luminous sort of look there, but it's really soft because it's like a liquid, not like a powder yet. I think that's everything for that. Obviously, you always want to do all the cream and liquid stuff before you do any of the powders. But I think we're done with the liquids and creams because we contoured and everything. So now we're gonna do some setting powder. This isn't the right one. I'm gonna do Charlotte Tilbury setting powder. God, the packaging looks real dirty. So sorry. Charlotte Tilbury setting powder. This one's number 1. And then I usually do it on the brush. It looks like this one. Looks like this, like a big fluffy dude. Kind of small though, like not too big. Take a little bit of the setting powder in there. You always want to press into setting powder that's pressed. You always want to, yeah, you don't want to swirl and press powder because it'll kick up everywhere. And then just like a little bit under the eyes, kind of avoiding that area where you put the liquid highlight because that would be kind of pointless. But just like kind of setting the concealer in place. And then I usually do my nose, my forehead, and everywhere I put concealer over here. Cool. And that's kind of the only places that I actually use setting powder. I'm going to take the Anastasia powder contour. And we're going to do this like middle contour one right here. And then I'm taking this on a Sephora collection, number 99. This one's a really good like sculpting brush. So it's like kind of like big on one side, and then it's kind of flat, and then it's big on the other side. So I don't know, I just feel like it like perfectly like sits on the cheek and blends the contour in. So I always use this to kind of get a good powder contour. You always kind of want to start in the back and blend your way forward. That way nothing gets too heavy in the front. And this is kind of doing the setting. You don't need to do a setting powder and then the contour. Like there's no point in doing that many powders. Your face will end up looking really powdery. All you need to do is do a contour powder to use to set the cream contour that we did. And then we're going to be using like a highlighter to set the liquid highlighter that we did. Cool. So that's that. I'm going to warm things back up with a little bit of bronzer. I'm going to use the Fenty bronzer in Shady Biz. I love this one. Clearly, I'm like almost out of it completely. But I'm just taking it with like a little kabuki brush. This is like a Makeup Forever kabuki brush that I got like 10 years ago. So it just fits in the pan so perfectly. And then kind of same thing, just kind of on top. I obviously get a little crazy with it. My hair goes everywhere, but you know. Just like want to warm up the outsides of your face. Down the neck and everything. Cool. So that's that. Now what? So now I'm gonna do blush. I usually do blush and stuff like last for some reason. I don't know why. But I'm gonna go back to my eyes. So I'm gonna finish off the lid. I'm gonna take. I like to show this off, so we'll do this one. I'm gonna take this Danessa Myricks Color Fix. It's in the shade Alien. It looks like this. I don't know if you're able to see it. Looks like this. Doing that, you know, YouTube thing where you hold the thing up. Anyway, so this has like a pink and gold like shift to it. It's really pretty. Let me find a little flat brush. So I'm just gonna take on like a flat concealer brush that looks like this. Just a little flat guy. And then, so it's like a shimmer like glitter kind of thing, but it's not like a powder obviously. So I usually just pop it like right on top of the brush. Just like a little tiny squirt because it goes a long way. And then I just like paint it where we did my cut crease. So like right up in here. And it dries pretty quick, so you have to be kind of careful with it. If you didn't want to do glitter on your lid, you could just use a white eyeshadow and make this white. Or do like a white kind of shimmer and leave it at that. But I like doing glitters and whatnot, so that's what we're doing. It's kind of hard to layer this one, so you always want to cover as much surface area as you can with like one squirt of it, because once you start layering it up, it gets a little like dry on the lid. You can kind of start feeling it crack, or not crack, but like you can feel it like on your lid a little bit more, like throughout the day and stuff. So that's that. I don't know if you could see it in the light because I can't look at the camera there and at the same time here. But it just has like this really pretty shift to it that looks like almost invisible until it hits the light. And then it shines a little bit more. I probably look stupid doing that. But anyway, it's really pretty glitter. I kind of squirted out too much on this one, so I guess we'll see. I also squirted it like really low. It's like this really pretty foil. And I just like this one because it's like a multi, like a duochrome kind of shade. It's like one little squirt and like my entire lid is like covered in it. It's really great. And they sell it at Sephora now, so it's like easier to get. Cool. So that's like the lid. It's like really easy glitter. Like if loose glitter intimidates you, like that's kind of the way to go. Like all you need is like a little brush. Although I will say I think I did get some in my eye, so if my eye starts watering, that'll kind of suck, but I kind of feel it sinking down there. That's just, you know, the way it goes sometimes. Cool. So now that's all done, I'm gonna find some eyeliner. I'm gonna take this Urban Decay eyeliner in the shade Alkaline. Give it a little sharpen. We're gonna do the bottom lash line. Or waterline, I guess. So this really pretty like burgundy color. Or like a berry color, I guess. Just looks like that. And then I'm gonna take a really small brush. If I can find it. Oh, it's right in front of me. I'm gonna take a really small, like, little, like a buffer brush kind of. I'm gonna go back into the eyeshadow palette. I'm just gonna kind of blend and smudge this liner out a little bit underneath. I need to be looking up more so you should see what I'm doing. So you're just kind of like connecting the bottom with the top. And you start with lighter colors and make it darker just like you did in the top. Just so it has like a nice like smoked out kind of look. Actually, I'll take a little fluffier brush. Just posing in the light, you know. I'm gonna take a little smaller, like fluffier, like blender brush. This is a Juvia's Place one that I've had forever. Just like blend out that bottom part to make sure it's like really blended out down there, you know. Cool. So I'm gonna take my pinky finger with some white eyeshadow and just pop it in here. Just like open all that up. And that's kind of it for like the main part of the eyes, and now everything else is kind of just like little extra fun stuff. So what do I want to do first? Yeah, I'm gonna take, well, we're gonna do some like highlighting and blush and stuff. So there's this brand that I love called Rituel de Fil, which I can never pronounce because I don't speak French. But they have this like rare light cream luminizer. This one is called Solaris. It just is a little compact like this, and it looks like this. And it's kind of hard to see in the camera, but it has like a pinky kind of shift to it. And I just like stick my finger in there. Put some in the inner corner. So when it hits the light, it has like a really soft, like pink shift to it. And then I'm actually gonna do a little bit up here too. It's gonna be like really subtle. You're not gonna be able to see it, but that's kind of the idea. It's mainly for when you're like outside or if you're like in low lighting. When the light does hit you, it turns really pinky, but I'm in like really harsh lighting right now, so you're not really able to tell. And then I'm gonna take a more, I'm gonna take a little moon dust eyeshadow from Urban Decay. I'm gonna take this like really pinky cute one right here. It's just like pink sparkles. Essentially, I'm gonna pop that in here too. Just like make that a little more pinky. Kind of accentuates the shift in the cream highlighter too, which is nice. And gives you like a little bit of a glitter inner corner moment. And then sorry, I'm like trying to find stuff. I'm gonna take this glow kit from Anastasia, which is the sugar glow kit. And I'm gonna take on like a little fan brush, which is, oops, I don't drop that. Which is this one. I'm gonna take this like top right color, this one right here. Just kind of press it on top of this. You don't want to like streak it too much because then it's gonna look really square. You want it to be like really soft so that it looks like a more diffused kind of highlight. Do the same thing on this side. And then I'm actually gonna take a little bit with my finger and pop it right above the eyeshadow here in that white we did earlier. Cute. And then what else? Oh, I was gonna put some in the inner corner too. So this is now like what, the third thing I put in here. I just like it to be like really popping in that inner corner. Cool. So that's what we have now. And then we're gonna use some blush. I have this one from Lorac, and I still have the box. It's a Color Source Lorac blush. I got it like a million years ago, and I probably should throw it away because it's kind of old, but I love it, so we're just gonna keep using it. So it looks like this, kind of like a peachy color, but it's really muted. I'm just gonna take it on like a big kind of It Cosmetics blush brush, and then I'm gonna kind of start up here and blend it forward like a contour kind of. And I kind of just keep it all in this back area right here. I don't really bring my blush like too far forward. I kind of just like it like up my cheek like that. Cool. So that's some blush. Okay. Me posing in the mirror is like a constant when I'm doing makeup. I wish the camera wasn't so far up. I guess I need to figure that out so I can avoid having to like have an inward spot. Maybe just have it over here instead of up there. I don't know. I haven't figured out the details yet. Cool. So now we have that. Like finishing steps here before we finish. So this is another like Rituel de Fil highlighter, but this one's called the Highlighter Intensifier. It's called the Alchemist, and I'll show it in the camera. It's not like a normal cream highlighter. It's like basically just, here, can I show it? Like, what adjusts? Oh, it's not gonna adjust. It's got this like strange, like glittery shift in it. It looks like wet. It's very hard to describe. But I just love to put it like up here. And it just makes things look wet because you're putting it on top of powders. And there's nothing that's going to go on top of it. It's just going to be the topper itself. So whenever the light hits you, you'll have like this wet glow, and it's super pretty. I think it's like something that everybody needs. We're just going to pop it like everywhere I did highlighter. It does have like a little bit of a silvery kind of glitter to it, so I'm not sure it'll be really for everybody. I don't know if everyone needs like silvery glitter on their face, but I like it. It makes things look wet. So that's that. Last couple things. Oh, if you want one that's like similar to this, but not like silver glitter, Danessa Myricks has this one, which is the Dew Wet Balm Highlighter. This one's very similar, but it doesn't have glitter in it. I don't think. It has like it has like a little bit of a sheen to it. This one's called Morning Dew. It has kind of like a really soft, like, I wouldn't say gold, but I don't know, it's like hard to describe. Let me just open it up and I'll show you. Well, I stuck my gross fingers in it, so it's kind of a mess. But it has like this, like really sheer, really small pieces of glitter in it. And that one also makes your skin look really dewy and wet. And they sell that one at Sephora now too. That one's a really good one. But anyway, now I'm going to take my like tried and true Anastasia Dewy set. And then I'm just going to spray my face with this. I kind of focus it more like on the outside of my face. Just because that's where I want a little more of the glowiness. No, okay, unlock it. Not look real crazy, huh? And then before that dries, I'm gonna take the Milk Hydro Grip setting spray that I'm almost out of. It's like okay. It's not my favorite, but it's what I have, so we'll use it. And then I'm just gonna get myself a good fan. So you can really see like how wet my skin looks because of that setting spray. And it kind of stays like that too. Like you can wear a really matte foundation and spray that after and it'll make it look really glowy and like wet. But not like a sweaty wet, which is nice because you don't see like little droplets or anything. It's just like this like nice sheen. But if it ends up looking like too wet in areas where you don't want it to be wet, you could just go back in with like a little bit of powder and kind of just powder it up. But I love having that wet sort of look all over the place. I'm gonna put some mascara on too. I don't feel like putting a lash on because I'm not going anywhere, but I'm gonna put this on, the Anastasia Lash Brag mascara. I got this like forever ago, this little small one, and I kind of forgot it existed. And then I started using it for the first time, and I really like it. It's really nice. It has kind of like a just like a dipped kind of thing, kind of like the Too Faced Better Than Sex mascara, but I think we're kind of over that one as a collective. And I always just kind of blink into my mascara. Like I'll hold the brush there and I'll blink into it. So I feel like that helps coat the lash better. Cute. What else? I guess we could do some lips. So at the beginning of this, I put the Ilia mask on which is like a hydrator slash exfoliator. And I'm going to use Jack Black lip balm, the label rubbed off, but Jack Black mint lip balm. This one's really good. My favorite lip balm. I can't find one that I love more than this one. Just going to pop a little bit of this on. My hair is like crazy. I always get setting spray in it too, and then it goes even more crazy. So, sorry, whatever. I just have whack hair, just in general. Cool. Yeah, I'm into this makeup. This turned out good. Oh, is the camera not focusing? Sorry. Well, hopefully it was not a focus for that long. Cool. I'm using lips, which is like really weird because I haven't done lips in forever. But also, I'm not gonna do anything too crazy with that. Oops, wrong thing. My lips are really dry. I'm trying not to bite them. I'm taking Charlotte Tilbury Pillow Talk liner. This one is delightful. It's like the exact color of my lips too, so you're not really able to see it. Wonderful. I'm gonna take a little bit of that highlighter too and pop it on that Cupid's bow. Like a nice little glow there, so pretty. I love it. And then grab. I'm not gonna wear lipstick because I'm not going anywhere, but we're just gonna put some gloss on. This one is Fenty Glow. Cute. Okay, that's kind of it. Hope you could see things. I have my like contacts in, so it's very hard for me to see. I will maybe zoom the camera in so you can see the makeup a little closer. Let's see. Will that focus? Let me hit the button. Maybe. Hello? It's trying. It's trying its best. I don't think it's focusing, so I'm really sorry. Hello, camera. Autofocus back on. There we go. So sorry if you couldn't see some of that. So yeah, that's the makeup. Nice and pretty. Glowy. Glittery. Winged out. That's it. Cool. So, oops, wrong direction. I want to zoom out more, and it's not doing it. There we go. Cool. So that was that. If you have any questions, let me know. I'm gonna post a picture of this on my Instagram, so if you watch this on YouTube or in the Twitch VOD and you have questions about my makeup or something stupid, you can comment on my Instagram, which is linked right down there, or you can just, keep it to yourself. I'm kidding. And if you would like to give me a little tip for giving you a free makeup lesson, you can tip me and my Venmo right there. Cool. So I guess that's it. I will see you guys later. Bye.